Hello, I'm Kyle Green with the Green Outdoors, and today I'm going to teach you the basics of a bolt-action rifle. And I'm going to be showing you on my Weatherby Vanguard equipped with a UTG Leaper scope. Let's get started. First things first, anytime you're handling a firearm is to know where you're pointing your muzzle at all times. In this case, I'm either going to point it at the sky like this, or down at the ground, or at my intended target. Never in anyone else's direction. Gun safety is key. Now, going on the topic of safety. Now, a lot of guns can have safeties in different locations. Some have a thumb in the middle of the stock here, some have it up by the trigger, and this one has it just tucked behind the bolt. Now you can see the S and the F here. S is for safe, F is for fire. So when this is clicked back, it's in safe. When it's clicked forward, it's ready to fire. Now it does have a two-part safety, which is in the middle. It still is on safe mode when it's in the middle, but it will also allow you to open and close the bolt, which you can't do when it is in safe mode.
Bolt-action rifles are widely recognized as being more accurate than, say, a semi-auto rifle. Reason is the bolt locks the brass of the bullet firmly in place, and even once the gun is fired, the empty brass will remain in place until racked out of the gun manually. This is why bolt actions are often the first choice for hunters and sharpshooters. And another key note is the bolt can easily be removed and stored separately for added safety.
Okay, now I'm going to show you how to load it. You're going to want to make sure that your safety is clicked to the second bar, not on the fire, but on the second one in the middle. This will allow you to open your bolt and slide it open so the action is exposed. Now I'm going to take my first bullet and I'm going to put it right in. Now that's in there, I'm going to close the chamber with the bolt and lock it in place. Now I'm going to put the main safety back on right away. Next step is to load in your next rounds. You're going to do that by opening up the bottom here. Now some guns have a mag, so this entire thing is condensed into the gun as opposed to having a separate mag. So that's why you will see this opened up. Now the rule of thumb, something you always want to keep in mind, is that when holding your gun and loading it, you're always going to make sure that your bullet is aimed in the direction that it would be going out of the barrel when you put it in and when you do this. You want to make sure your closest bullet to the top is actually on the side that this divot is carved out for. So I'm going to go every other like that. So the top bullet is on this smooth part here. So when I close it, that'll grab onto that bullet, so it'll be easy to feed next time. Close it, good to go. Now it's ready to go. So I have 3 down here, 1 in the chamber. Safety on. Another important note to make is how you hold the gun when firing. A lot of people are scared of kick. Well, remember, the firmer you hold the gun to your shoulder, the better off you are. Another important note to make, we talk about it on our other video about how to determine your dominant eye. But there's a lot of speculation between whether you should close one eye when looking down the gun or whether you should keep both open. More people will teach you to keep both open so that you can see other things that would come into your field of view that you may not want to shoot at, like a smaller deer. I actually have to close one eye, and that's what I do because my dominant eye is actually my left eye. So when I hold the gun up to my right shoulder, I'll close my left eye and look down my scope using my right eye. Depending on how zoomed in you are is how close you want to be to the scope so that the field of view takes up the entire bubble. I'm currently using a Leaper scope, so one of the cool benefits to this is they actually have light ups. So if you look right here, there's a green light or a red light. When I press that button and turn it on, it actually makes the crosshairs light up in that color. Benefits to that are in low light conditions, I'm able to shoot the deer and determine exactly where the crosshairs are so they don't blend in to the target. Pretty cool, but make sure you're following state regulations on hunting hours. So now we've fired the gun and I'm going to show you how to unload it. Now I had the safety automatically clicked on because that's my normal thing to do, but I'll move it to the second one here, the middle one between safety and fire, and I will open the chamber and it will expel the last bullet. Then what I'll do is push forward and it will automatically load up the next one.
Now when I'm unloading the gun, I will then just open it again and it will flip out. And if there was another one, it would load that one up too. But now I can see that the gun's completely empty. There's none trying to come up and there's none in the chamber. There's none there. I know I'm good, so I can feel comfortable closing that, putting the safety back on, and still treating the gun like it's loaded because you need to be safe.
Next, I'm going to show you how to remove your bolt. On the back side of the gun here, there's a release for your bolt. Now it's in the same spot as your safety is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press that button, open the bolt, slide it out, and it will just come out with it. Now to put it back in, you just line it up, put it back in, and now it's in place and it won't open back up unless you press this button to release it. Now that you've learned all the basics of how to operate a bolt-action rifle, I hope you'll get out in the field and use yours. I'm Kyle Green. Thanks so much for tuning in, and stay green.